Now, one thing, the 6th stop of this winter PBA Tour, we'll have our 3rd tour winner, who's a left-hander. All lefties here on championship day. Parker Bohn III, Eric Forkel. Passing the midway point. Tight match.
Well, Eric, right now with a 2-pin lead, can increase it to 12. Fortunate just to leave the 6-pin. And with a spare here, folks, we're going to have a 1-pin match with 3 frames to go. Should be a very routine spare. The technicians, you know, when they go out there, they practice their strike ball, but they're constantly practicing their spares.
Easily done. 6-pin down for Eric Forkel. He's had a lot of trouble with some of his senses after his accident last year. He does not smell very well and also can't taste most foods. He said about 30% of his sense of taste has returned. Either if it's very sweet or very spicy, he can taste it. Coca-Cola's all right, ginger ale, but apples, anything bland like that, forget it.
Oh boy.
Strawberries are good. It's got to be tough, though. That's a very difficult ordeal he's been through, and it still continues.
Eric on the left lane. Now that extra pin that just fell at the last second is important because he had a 1-pin lead, and now, folks, it is dead even. You know, occasionally we have some telecasts where the guys are striking a lot, and this appears to be one where the shot's a little bit tougher. Guys are going to have to out there and be a little bit more perfect. Makes the spare, no problem. Now, Parker wants to go up there in the 8th and 9th frame and throw a couple of strikes for one reason. If he can do that, he knows that no matter what Eric does, he'll be able to go up there in the 10th frame and have destiny in his own hands. Failure to do so will leave it wide open for Eric.
Hall of Famer. 85% he received of ballots cast in September, his election to the PBA Hall of Fame, something that's quite an honor for Parker Bohn III.
Probably the biggest accomplishment I have in bowling, I would have to say, getting inducted into the PBA Hall of Fame. When I first came out on tour, I was 21 years old. I was hoping to come out some way, 1, to figure out how to make a living, but 2, to hopefully someday win a tour title, 1 tour title. That's what I was hoping to do.
That was just a huge shot in the 9th frame for Parker. He leaves just the 4-7, but that leaves it wide open for Eric Forkel. He knows, sitting on the bench, if he can go up there, assuming that Parker makes this spare, throw 3 strikes in a row and advance to the next match.
4-7 spare remaining for Parker Bohn III. He talked about winning that 1 title. How about 26 in his career? Including 2 this year.
Hard and straight. He didn't know when he let go if he made that or not. All right, Eric Forkel, 9th frame. This has been his good lane. He just knows if he can just go up and throw 3 strikes in a row right now, this match will be his.
Is he all the way back? 10-pin.
Eric, you know, really one of the great technicians out here. He works on making this game very effortless. Very good tempo with his feet. Gravity swings the ball. Just a real nice finish. Right now, he trails by 1 pin. Needs to convert this.
Down goes the 10-pin with ease for Eric Forkel, who had to get through life in a half body cast for 5 months after his accident last April, almost the year anniversary. That terrible event in his life coming up.
There's a very good possibility of a tie in a match like this. Both players working on a spare. Count is extremely important whether they strike on this ball or not. But Eric's looking for one thing. He wants to see 10 pins. 10 pins right in the pit. You get the flat 7. And because of that spare in the 9th, he loses another pin and count. Goes down by 2 pins. Just the 4-pin didn't quite get out of the gutter. Normally, with a little bit more power, it'll pop out there and snap off the 7, but not this time. He's got to make the spare, go up there and throw 10 pins on his field ball.
The 7, spare ball. Got it.
Eric, one of the players who opts to use a very hard plastic ball at his spares, very low friction, so it goes real straight. This match far from over, and this shot is a big one, folks. If he strikes here, he'll have 203. He'll force Parker to get at least 9 on his first ball and a strike to win. And a 6-pin. 2 good shots, but 2 taps. And now it's all in Parker's hands, Dave.
Up to Parker Bohn III. He reminded us before this match that he has won before, coming from the 5th slot. One time in his career, 97 in Las Vegas. And that was the week after another win in LA. So similar circumstance. And perhaps he can repeat again. A long road, though, as the 5th seed.
He still needs to fill this frame with at least 7 on the first ball. That's the way to do it. Vintage Parker Bohn now he only needs 8 pins, but he's got 2 chances to do it. 2 balls to knock down 8 pins. He'll probably just go up and throw another strike just like he did.
Similar to last week in his match with Chris Barnes in the championship in Latham. Just had to put it right down the middle. He said he was nervous.
8 pins, that's all he needed, and Parker Bohn will advance to our next match.
He got his pins last week in the championship match. Here, it's in the first round. As he